never, ever take relationship advice from a woman. She doesn't need space. She wants out. Stop playing video games and hit the gym, dude. If she breaks up with you, she has already found your replacement. Guaranteed.
What's up, guys? It's your man, Donovan Sharpe, and welcome to the 322nd edition of TSR Prime Time. Your nightly dose of red pill truth, wisdom, and awareness. Got a shiny forehead there. Let me adjust my lighting. That's a little better, but not much. Anyway, let's get started here. On February 11th, 1990, in Tokyo, Japan, James Buster Douglas entered the ring against Mike Tyson as a 42-1 underdog. No one thought he would win that fight. Not even James Buster Douglas, for that matter. So, before the fight, Douglas's manager probably said something to this effect to him. He said, "Okay, listen, man. We don't have a snowball's chance in hell, but we're not just going to go in there and take a dive. We're not just going to let Tyson run all over us. This dude is 37-0 with 33 knockouts. This guy is the world heavyweight champion. Probably one of the greatest of all time at that point. But he hasn't been past the third round in 14 of his last 15 fights. So if we can just survive past the third, we might have a chance to at least wear him down." He probably said, "Now listen, James, you've got a 12-inch reach advantage over Mike Tyson. Use that to keep him away. Use that to survive. If you make it into the later rounds, go to the body, take his wind, and maybe, just maybe, we can get out of here without getting knocked out. Maybe we'll lose in a split decision. I don't know. We just want you to survive the fight." Well, of course, James Buster Douglas knocked Mike Tyson out in the 10th round. Now, Tyson knocked down Buster Douglas at the end of the 8th round. But Douglas lined him up with a few jabs, of course, knocked Tyson down for the first time in his career, and the rest is history. Now, Tyson was not his best that day. Number one, he didn't train, right? Like he famously said, "Listen, I didn't train for the Douglas fight." Number two, he had split with his longtime trainer, Kevin Rooney, and went with a less experienced manager. I don't know why that happened. Every time things like this happens, it's never just one thing. It's never he was just better than me. No, it's always a confluence of events, right? Of course, he was going through his public divorce. He had just gotten divorced from Robin Givens, so he's all in the news for that. His life was spiraling out of control outside of the ring. Honestly, his corner man didn't even have end swell. And end swell is the little compress they put over your eye to reduce the swelling. They had to use a rubber glove with ice in it to keep his eye from swelling, and that didn't help at all. He was basically fighting with one eye during the last 5 rounds of the fight. But let's give credit where credit is due. Team Douglas had a plan, and that's why they won the fight. Yes, there were extenuating circumstances that certainly helped them out. But had they not gone in there with a plan, Tyson would most assuredly have knocked him out. Well, divorce is much the same way, guys. When a man walks into family court, he's got no shot. I would say the odds are probably longer than Buster Douglas over Tyson. The fact that our court systems are heavily biased towards women, women are now incentivized to file for divorce because, in all likelihood, they get full custody of children. They're entitled to half of your present and future earnings, of course, and use of the family home. But these scenarios only happen when men walk in there and just play dead, right? We all think that, hey, if we just go in there and they're going to divorce, we're going to get divorce rate. Not necessarily, okay? If you go in there and roll over and play dead, yeah, you're going to get steamrolled. And a lot of men think, well, there's no need in fighting this, so I may as well just do whatever I'm told and accept my fate. Which is basically the same as a man accused of murder opting for a court-appointed attorney to defend him, who will basically escort him directly to the electric chair. What men don't realize is that they don't have to get taken to the cleaners in divorce court and or family court if they play their cards right. Yes, the odds are stacked against us, just like they were against Buster Douglas back in 1990. And I don't have my, okay? But again, But Buster Douglas still achieved a favorable outcome. Believe it or not, gentlemen, there are things that men can do to mitigate the inevitable damage a divorce can cause. And that's what we're going to talk about today. Now, I want you guys to keep in mind here that this is not legal advice, nor is it intended to be. I'm not an attorney. I'm not a legal professional. Everything I'm about to tell you guys should be evaluated by an attorney who has a bar license to practice law in the state that you live in. Now that that's out of the way, we're going to talk about 10 things you absolutely must do to survive and even win your divorce. You guys remember, on Tuesday and Thursday night, I talked about how to get your woman in line, how to get your wife in line, and possibly save your marriage. Well, if your marriage is not savable at this point, and you have to make the difficult decision that is filing for divorce, you got to get your ducks in a row. Now, keep in mind, obviously, I don't feel like I should have to say this, but I'm going to anyway. All state laws are different, and because no two circumstances are exactly alike, your results may vary. But the advice I'm going to give you guys, this is universal. This is all based on common sense. It's based on survival. It's based on protecting yourself and having a good working knowledge of female nature from a red pill perspective. My opening rant is brought to you by Happy Hippo Herbals, home of the highest quality kratom on the planet. Happy Hippo kratom will give you an energy boost, laser focus, and increase your productivity, all without caffeine. Go to happyhippoherbals.com today and save 25% when you pay with Bitcoin. That includes your shipping. It is really freaking hot in here. And give me a second, guys. Jesus Christ. All right. All right. No, that was not planned. It's really hot in here. I forgot to turn my fan towards myself because I've got these lights on me, and when I do these shows, man, I get excited. My body temperature goes up. So I'm just gonna go beast mode here. Oh boy, good to have you guys in tonight. All right.
One thing I could say about the one-on-one testimonials with Donovan is that he gives clear-cut, pragmatic advice.
I came to him about 6 to 8 months ago, and at the time, my wife and I were having a lot of trouble.
If you have a question about women, relationships, sex, finances, game,
a massive blessing for my relationship and my life.
Donovan answers questions, listens, and gives solid advice.
You know, some of the top things that he teaches are what got my marriage back on track. Very grateful to him.
I can definitely say 100%, Donovan's the real deal. Give Donovan a call.
If you're looking for a mentor to help you during your red pill transformation, or if you need guidance to help you to navigate a situation, or if you're looking for unfiltered sound advice on any red pill related situation or circumstance, go to donovansharpe.com/consults. Fill out the questionnaire. Now make sure you give details and stories, guys. I need examples. If you want me to give you solid, actionable advice, then I need as much information as possible. That's donovansharpe.com/consults. Book yours today. It is Friday, August 31st, 2018. I went, for the first time, I went to the link last night. I went to Lincoln Financial Field. And listen, I had a blast. Lincoln Financial Field is undeniably gorgeous. It's a well-run stadium. Of course, the Link is the home of the Philadelphia Eagles. I was actually there last night because Devin bought me preseason tickets to last night's game, the Jets versus the Eagles, and it was fucking hot. Oh my god, I sweated the entire time. I'm probably still radiating heat from that game, but had a great time last night. So thanks to Devin for giving me a birthday. You actually got a souvenir. Got my Eagles helmet. Fly Eagles fly. Cost me a pretty penny. But I had a good time last night. It was a lot of fun. We got back at a decent hour. We left at halftime. I'm not gonna sit there and watch the fourth stringers duke it out. I think the Eagles ended up winning the game by 1, but whatever. It is what it is. The Red Man Group is going to be on tomorrow at 10 a.m. Pacific, 10 a.m. Eastern, 7 a.m. Pacific. Just so you guys know and understand, the Redman Group, the regular time is now going to be the regular start time is going to be 10 a.m. Eastern, 7 a.m. Pacific. So that is going to be the start time from here on out. So if anyone is, I've gotten a few emails asking me, hey, when's the Redman Group, or is there a regular time and date? The regular time is going to be every Saturday at 10 a.m. Eastern, 7 a.m. Pacific. And tomorrow we are talking about the female body positivity lie. So that should be a lot of fun. Of course, this is all in the wake of Tess Holliday making her way onto the cover of Cosmopolitan magazine. Tess Holliday, of course, is a plus-size model. Basically, she's a fat chick with a half-decent face. She's covered in tattoos, and they actually called her a supermodel. Like, how? Like, this is why we're having the Redman Group. I just don't know how on God's green earth, can we call a woman who's pushing the scale at 400 pounds a supermodel? Like, what is the world coming to? Now, there seems to be a little bit of pushback. In area code 240, I see you there in the queue. I'm going to get to you in just a second, just a minute here. This is what encourages girls to stay fat. They see fat chicks getting attention for being fat. So what do they expect to happen? It's just, And then, of course, they try to shame us for liking thin, fit, beautiful women. Well, she might be fat, but she's pretty in the face. Listen, newsflash. If a woman's fat, I don't give a fuck what. Dude, listen, there's no such thing as a fat, pretty face. I don't give a shit. Well, she's fat, but she has a cute face. No. If she's fat, her face isn't cute. Fuck out of here with that nonsense. Aaron Donald is the highest paid defensive player in NFL history. Earlier today, he agreed to a 6-year, $135 million contract with the LA Rams, 87 of which is guaranteed. $87 million guaranteed. That's quarterback money, guys. That is quarterback money. Listen, Andrew Luck, I think his contract was $87 million guaranteed. He's making quarterback money. But listen, man, Aaron Donald is indefensible. Like, no, listen, this guy throws around 300-pound offensive linemen like ragdolls. And make no mistake, gentlemen, the LA Rams are going to, I don't know, they're going to have one of the best defenses in football. The Eagles probably have the best defense in football, right? But the LA Rams, with the additions they've made, they're going to have close to the best defense in football. I think the Browns are going to have a really good defense. The Eagles will definitely have a solid defense. Listen, we just picked up Haloti Ngata and Michael Bennett, who used to play for the Seattle Seahawks, to bolster that front seven. The Eagles have the best front seven in football. Let's not make any mistake about that. Malcolm Jenkins and Ronald Darby in the backfield, along with the green-haired wonder Jalen Mills. Personally, my favorite player on the Eagles. But that's the formula these days, guys. The formula for winning Super Bowls in this day and age is have a really good quarterback on a rookie deal and a great defense. The 0-1 Patriots did it with Tom Brady. Brady was in his second year, still on his rookie contract. A lot of people, Brady won 5 Super Bowls. Yeah, but that first Super Bowl, that was because of the defense, okay? Their defense was loaded. They had Ty Law, Lawyer Malloy, Teddy Bruschi, Chris Slade, who I actually met years later. Go all the way to Super Bowl 42 when the New York Giants upset the undefeated Patriots. Eli Manning was on his rookie deal. I think he was on his third or fourth year. But their defensive line was loaded. Guys, Justin Tuck, Matthias Kiwanuka, Michael Strahan, O.C. Umenyiora. Like, when you think about that front four, that front seven for the Giants, you think to yourself, how in the world? Of course, now listen, the Patriots were 16-0. None of us thought the Giants were going to win that game. But looking back on it, good rookie quarterback on a rookie deal, good defense. Look at the 13 Seahawks. Russell Wilson on his rookie deal, and of course you had Richard Sherman, Cam Chancellor, Earl Thomas, Michael Bennett, etc. The Philadelphia Eagles last year, Wentz on his rookie deal. Now Nick Foles had to come in and win the Super Bowl for us, but he's cheap. Right? I think he's making $7-8 million a year, right? Well, the Rams now have Jared Goff on his rookie deal, and now they've got Aaron Donald and Ndamukong Suh, Aqib Talib, Marcus Peters. Guys, their defense is loaded. So look for the LA Rams to make some serious noise. Listen, man, I know the Eagles had the dream team, I think back in like 11. We ended up going 4-12. Andy Reid got fired and all that stuff. But I'm going to tell you what, man. Dude, watch out for the Rams. I haven't even looked at the Eagles' schedule yet, but I'm hoping we do not have them on their schedule because Aaron Donald is a fucking nightmare. He deserves every penny of that 135. If you have a story about how you or a man you know want a divorce and want to share how, give me a call. 914-205-5356. Trolls, feminists, and black women, you guys can call too. Follow, add, and like me on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram. Just do a quick search for Donovan Sharpe on all 3 platforms to get access to all of my content. Go to patreon.com/Donovan Sharpe. There you will find the archive of all episodes of TSR Primetime, both audio and video, so you can listen on the go or watch at your leisure. You'll also get access to shows that I do with some of the most influential red pill guys out there. Rollo Tomasi, Minister Jap, Alpha Male Strategies, Alan Roger Curry, and Illimitable Man have all made regular appearances on my show. You can watch live Monday through Thursday evenings at 7 Eastern, 4 Pacific. Of course, today is Friday. I owed you guys a show. That's why I'm in here tonight. But if you want to be able to rewatch or re-listen, less than 17 cents a day is all it takes, guys. If you want to support the show, but you're a little low on coin, you can still contribute. Go to donovansharpe.com and shop through my Amazon affiliate link at the top of my homepage. By doing your Amazon shopping through that link, you'll be supporting the show and it won't cost you a dime. Great way to contribute if you are not a millionaire like Red Jedi. 914-205-5356. Let's hit the phone lines. Area code 240. You're on live with Donovan. Go ahead.
Yeah, what's up, Donovan? It's Ray from PG.
Hey, what's up, PG? What's up, man? Now, PG, that's Prince George's County, correct?
Yeah,
yes, sir.
Back of the woods.
What's up, man?
That's what's up. Not a lot of people know that.
Oh, no, I got you.
Yeah, man, I was listening to, what was it? It was How to Get Your Wife Back. And okay, before that, let me say I can't wait for the episode of Red Man Group tomorrow because I'm just tired of all of this. You got to accept me for who I am.
Man.
So I'm glad that y'all doing that.
Good.
So back on to the episode of How to Get Your Wife in Line. Even though my wife is starting to get her shit together, I was like, let me just go ahead and do this just so I can make sure. So I'll cover all bases.
Right.
So I'm started with the shit test. And it started the other day. It was so crazy because I'm sitting there chilling. We sitting there watching the movie, and she was like, "Oh, well, Drew is taking Shamika on this, this cruise to this Royal Caribbean cruise." And it was so funny because like as soon as she said it, it just clicked in my head. I was like, "Oh yeah, well I just got tickets to take us to the zoo. We're gonna go on the back and see the animals."
You stupid! Oh, nigga, you
so
stupid! What did she say? What did she say?
In my head, I was like, how the fuck did I even say that shit? It just clicked.
It just clicked, comes right off, right?
And I was like, oh man, it was so fucking funny. It set her right up.
You said, listen, you said they went on a cruise. Well, check this out. You're in luck. I'm gonna go you one better. Check this out. We're going to the zoo, girl. What?
Yeah,
God.
Even I had to stop and say, you know what? Yeah, you did that. I had to pat myself on the back. And so, like you said, you got to do it in phases. So this month, it started on Sunday. So,
Good.
This month is just going to be the shit test and make sure I get all that stuff down.
Word.
And I'm going to go from there. Not only that, I'm reading your book, How to Stop Simping in 24 Hours.
Good.
It's informative, and it's definitely helped me out. But it was another book that you had, man. I forgot where I saw it. It was the Manipulated Man. I don't know if you had it on Patreon.
Oh, yeah. You can actually Google it. It's called The Manipulated Man by Esther Vilar. ESTHARVILLAR. If you misspell that, Google will correct it for you. But yeah, definitely check that out. That is a very, very good book for you to read, man. Very good book.
All right, bet. So yeah, man, we like just know I take this stuff serious, man. I'm a disciple of Donovan. I get all like Game of Thrones with this shit. You
Hell
know what
yeah.
I'm saying? The motherfucking hot spur. I'll be like, hey, don't be fucking with Mr. Shop, man. I take this stuff serious. It's helped me out not only with my merge, but just in life, man. I'm dominating life now, and I'm living it on my terms.
And it's a good feeling, right?
Every time I call it, I'm gonna give you updates.
Hey, listen, call it. Listen, I want you to call in every week, and I want you to give me updates on what's going on. Because here's the thing, man. It's good for me to hear guys call in and say, hey, you know what? I listened to episode XYZ, and I'm putting it into action, and here's what's happening. Just so that other guys can see, hey, you know what? I'm not just up here running my mouth. I'm not just up here flapping my gums. The kind of shit I talk about, like I said, it is actionable advice, and this shit works.
Definitely. Hold me to it. Every week I'm going to call in just to let you know exactly what's going on across the board. Not only with my marriage, just how I'm applying the shit you talk about in life, everything. So, yeah, I got you.
Very good, man. Thanks for calling in, man. I appreciate it.
Ain't nothing.
All right, my man Ray in Prince George's County from PG. Let's go back to the phone lines. Area code 225. You're on live with Donovan.
Hey, what's going on, man?
What's going on, brother?
All right, yeah. First of all, I would like to say, man, thank you for what you do. Like, there's a lot of guys who will really appreciate it because you don't really find a lot of outlets where, men can talk and, just talk about mainly their problems. So
right.
I really want to tell you I appreciate that.
Good. Thank you. I appreciate that. Thank you.
Okay. And secondly, I want to talk about how I won in my divorce.
Okay.
So,
all right.
I kind of want to tell guys, let me kind of, some guys that may be listening to this, I want to tell you one thing, and I didn't think this myself. It doesn't get better. I'm telling you that right now. Like, you may have a point where you may have maybe 3 months of no chaos and cooperation, but ultimately it does not get better. So
right.
Once you feel like you come to the decision, like, hey, this is not working, you need to make your move and, kind of figure out, okay, what do I need to do? But this is my situation. I'm a disabled vet, 100%.
Okay.
So, I went through the process of the divorce. I went to court. And not only was I exempt alimony, but also child support. When I tell you it was almost 60, close to 70% of what I was bringing in as a disabled vet, it was crazy. And as a disabled vet, once you get the 100%, you cannot work. So the judge told me, go find a job. And I was like, it's against federal law for me to work.
Right.
Judge say, I don't care. This is what you have to pay.
Damn.
So, man, I'm telling you, dude, I was literally, when I tell you I was homeless, I was literally homeless.
Damn.
I had to sleep in my ride, Like, I didn't have anywhere else to go. So I was like, man, this can't be right. Like that. So I started doing research, because I was like, this cannot be right.
Yeah, like you're fucking homeless.
Wrong with it.
Yeah, like you're fucking homeless and your fucking ex-wife was living off of your shit.
Yeah, man, I'm like, dude, I went overseas, dug bullets, came back unscathed, and I go to court and this happened? I'm like, this crazy.
Unbelievable, man.
So, I did some research and I came across and, that's why I say I'm so thankful for, like, guys that, like you, man, that went through stuff
right.
and said, you know what, I went through mine and I will not be silent, so I'm just so thankful, man. And I found a group on Facebook, matter of fact, and it's 4 disabled vets going through it.
Okay.
Going through what I went through. And I was able, with the help in that Facebook group, I don't know if I can give the name, if I can, if that's okay.
Yeah, that's fine. Go ahead. That's fine. We're actually streaming live to Facebook now anyway, so.
Yeah, the name of the group is Disabled Vets Child Support Info. Disabled Vets Child Support Info. Now, you will have to prove that you are a vet. So, there's certain requirements. You have to prove that you're a vet. So, basically, the guy that was in there, he lived in the state of Texas. Texas is ruthless when it comes to child support. I think there's no other state more ruthless than maybe Texas and New York. And he basically came to the same conclusion, something that's not right. But this is how it works. Local state courts have no jurisdiction over veterans benefits. Zero. They have zero jurisdiction over it. So through the help of the group and a couple affidavits that this guy had, I was able to fill out some affidavits, and it has to go through the department of the VA. Okay. And once you let the VA know, like, hey, I'm pretty much homeless. Here's all my information. Here's all my obligations. So basically, the support order and the alimony were thrown out. So I went from having bad enough to eat to basically not having to pay any alimony or child support.
What? Now, how the hell did that happen?
Because a lot of these state courts, they overstep their boundaries, and when they do, that makes the child support order, it terminates it because they didn't have the jurisdiction to do that.
Wow.
Like a lot of guys, when they go into income, a lot of situations they can't do that. They can't say, oh, you should be making X, because if they can do that, they might as well say you should be a millionaire.
Of course, right.
Right?
They can just say anything.
You think about it, the IRS doesn't even do that when you owe them money, you know?
Yo.
And that's something you can go to jail for, but they won't impute income, and you have to be behind a whole lot, and the IRS gives you a whole lot of chances before they ultimately throw you in jail.
Right.
You have some guys, man, that's 2 payments behind, and they can show, hey, I got hurt on my job, you know, my back is broken. It's going to be at least 6 months before I can even get another job.
Right.
They don't care.
Right.
You need to come up with this money or you going to jail. And I don't really see how that solves anything. So, yeah, man, a lot of these local jurisdictions, a lot of these state courts, they overstep their bounds. And the thing is, a lot of guys, I didn't know anything. I just thought, like, man, you know, I guess I'm going to have to get comfortable being homeless. And that wasn't the case.
So
ultimately, man, you know, I ultimately won. And then the thing is, I didn't call. And that was the thing, and I tried to explain to the judge. I'm like, Judge, I'm not here because I didn't do anything. I'm like, you know, my wife decided she wanted to be a whore. Like, it's not even my fault.
Right,
they
right,
didn't
right,
give
right.
a shit about money. All they cared about was money.
Unbelievable, man. That is unbelievable. So
yeah,
you.
Man, so I would just want to tell guys, there's hope out there.
Right.
Man, there's hope. Is do your research, find your local laws, man. Don't just sit there and think, man, my situation is hopeless. I can't do anything. Because they want you to think that. They want to break you. They definitely want to break you, because every penny they collect in child support, they get a refund from the federal government.
Shit. God damn. Man, so they're double dipping, getting money from you and the government.
The triple dip with the VA is triple dipping. I mean, like it's like the most lucrative scam ever, man. It's like the most lucrative scam ever. It's like they getting paid money to collect. It's because the way they have it set up, it's like they're telling the federal government, oh, we were paying this out like in welfare and food stamps and stuff like that. Which they're not. They're collecting the money from the dad.
Unreal, man. Unbelievable.
I mean, man, it's kind of sick. It's kind of sick when you think about it. And I just want guys to know, but you have to fight. I was nervous when I went in there.
Right.
I was real nervous, man. But I was like, look, either I'm going to fight or die, man.
Hell yeah, man.
Happen. I mean, why you going to die?
So you mean to tell me what
scary, but it's sick, man.
So the reason why you got your alimony payments overturned is because it was determined that the family court overstepped their bounds. They didn't have the jurisdiction to order that kind of alimony. And because of that, wow. And so the alimony order was struck down. Like they just completely overturned it.
Well, you know, alimony and child support falls under the same,
right.
I forget the exact code, but it's pretty much the same thing. Like alimony is just child support because we know most women act like big ass kids, so that's why you know it's just adult child support. So the VA determined basically you have to do what's called a VA approvement.
Okay.
The VA makes that decision. The judge has no right. A local judge has no right to make that decision. It has to go through the VA because the VA is the one that distributes the funds. Because they don't consider that as income.
Right, because someone actually said here in the chat, it said, what did it say? It said, I just saw it. It said it's not income, it's compensation is what it is.
Yeah, it's compensation. So you can't, if it can't be taxed, you can't touch it.
What? Oh,
but
wow.
These judges, they don't give a
nope,
man,
they don't give a fuck.
Damn, they feel like they God. And they can do I think a lot of them get a kick, whether it be female or male judges. I had a male judge, and I think a lot of these guys they have like a God complex, and they want to see how many men they get to crush per day. They want to see how many men they can come in there and they can crush per day. But when I went in there with my paperwork together to show them they had no jurisdiction,
couldn't say shit.
They couldn't touch me.
There you go. Unbelievable.
My order was basically dismissed on the spot.
God
and
damn,
I didn't
man.
no more deductions, none of that. It basically stopped that next cycle.
So
and I couldn't believe it, man. I could not believe it.
Right, like you won. Like I've never heard of an alimony order getting overturned ever.
It was done. Like if you go in that group, man, the guy he posts up actual documents from people that win. I need to send him mine, because it was crazy. Mine just recently happened, and I got the alert you had this show, and I was like, man, maybe I need to spread the word, because like I say, man, when you talk about your situation,
oh yeah,
other guys talk about their situation, man. That's the thing about guys, man. We don't get together, man. Like, we don't really talk as much. I'm starting to see it more now, but it's something that we should have probably did 40, 50 years ago.
Right.
We wouldn't be in the mess that we're in right now.
Right.
So basically, we fighting, uphill now.
All the time.
It's crazy, man. There's no social services for men. I never met a man on food stamps. So it's no services
right.
for us. Like, we are on our own, man. So we have
That's
to
right.
kind of spread word and tell guys. I know it's either a disabled vet listening to this or will listen to this, and he's probably in the same situation as me, where they were taken. And I'm in a reasonable child support state.
Okay.
Louisiana.
Right.
Like, if you're in Texas and some of these other states, man, there's no mercy.
Or California.
There's zero mercy, man. Oh, yeah. Cali is.
Cali will
unreal.
bend your ass over, bro. They will bend you over. God damn.
So, you go in that group, you can see proof. Like, this is not anything I'm just saying. Like, you can see, when I seen the proof, I'm like, okay, it's fight time. I have to fight, because if not, man, literally, man, I was gonna starve to death. Like, man, I'm not overstating. I had to figure out a way to live, man, on like $475, man.
Oh, fuck that. What's this Facebook group called again?
It's called Disabled Veterans Child Support Info.
Okay,
and
Disabled Veterans Child Support Info.
Man, maybe you can get him for an interview, because I listened to an interview he did a while back on Blog Talk Radio. He did an interview, and he kind of talked about his situation. So, but yeah, man, the guy that runs the group, he's a vet. His name is Greg, and what he has works, period.
I'm looking him up now. Disabled Veterans Child Support Info. Yeah, I'm definitely gonna check him out. Well, listen, man, I greatly appreciate your call, man. I know that there are lawful. Okay, yeah. Do me a favor, man. If you would, shoot me an email with a link to that website. Yeah, go to my website, donovansharpe.com. Go to the contact tab and send me a link to that Facebook group. But again, listen, thank you for the call, and listen, man, my brother's a vet, my dad's a vet. I thank you for your service, my friend. Thanks for calling in.
Okay, thank you.
Absolutely. Excellent call. And one thing that he pointed out, that's worth noting is he says, I think the judges are getting a piece of this. I think judges are on the take. Judges are on the take. You watch that documentary on YouTube. It's called Divorce Incorporated or Divorce Corporation or something, right? Judges get a kickback of that action. They get a piece of that action. That's why they're absolutely ruthless when it comes to this stuff. Unbelievable. Wow, this guy had an alimony judgment overturned. Whew. Wow. I don't think I've ever heard of that happening ever. If you are watching on Facebook, YouTube, Twitter, and you want to learn how to survive and possibly win your divorce as a man, come on over to donovansharpe.com to find out. Again, my Facebook, YouTube, and Twitter audience. Come on over to donovansharpe.com to learn how not to get bent over by your soon-to-be ex-wife with the help of the court system. Thanks for tuning in. I'll see you guys over here in just a few. Let's go to the chat, see who we've got in the house. Got the usual suspects in here. We've got Captain Crunch 420 in the house. Freelance Running, the original TSR OG. We've got Suede Senator, a.k.a. Suede Sensei. We've got Ostertron, Oradep 890, Ill Wills, Deadshot, V-Coast CJ80, Spins, Kevin 603, a.k.a. Kevin and Sales, etc., etc. Let's see here. Sharpe Assist says courts are coming around, though. If you have kids in some states, you both have to take a parenting course before your judgment that teaches you how to get along and raise kids together. Huh. Yes, Divorce Corp.